is Franklin Morales, and this is my first YouTube video regarding cars. I've had a lot of cars through the years, and this is one of the cars that I have had for the longest now, just because it's one of the cars that really got my attention. The reason why it got my attention is, come here and I'll show you. It's for this specific reason. This is a V10 engine. Means, for most of you who know what V10 means, V10 means that it's a 10-cylinder engine vehicle. Now, I haven't done much to this car. Everything that this car has came like it, except for the intake. And that's about the only thing I've done in upgrades. The car came with cutout valves, which I'll show you in the back in just a little bit. Luckily, we got to park right beside another M5. That's a newer year. That M5 is a 2013. This one specifically is a 2006. Now, the 2006 models, they're known as the E60s. Now, the reason why they're called the E60s is the body style. Every body style has its own name, just like the E43 for an M3. A bunch of BMWs just have different codes they call them for the cars. Now, this E60 in particular is 2006. Now, in 2006, believe it or not, this car was the fastest four-door car in the world in 2006. You won't believe it, but it's faster than the Lamborghini Gallardo, and it's also faster than a Ferrari 360 Modena. Now, can you believe that? That it's faster than a Lamborghini and a Ferrari? Let me show you a couple other things. These rims, I have done a number to them. They're supposed to be brown, but I went ahead and I painted them black, and I still didn't like how they look. So I went ahead and I added some white stripes. Now if you come close, you can come and take a look at the brand. These are Niche, and they're staggered rims. Staggered means that in the front the rims are smaller, and in the back the rims are bigger. Now, Niche is a very, you can see here the name, Niche is a very popular brand of rims for cars. They make a lot of performance rims for a lot of performance cars. Take a look at the back rim. This is what it means by staggered. So this rim looks a lot bigger, not bigger, but wider, because we want wider tires in the back for the traction. Now in comparison to the front one, you can see the front, it's a little bit thinner. And I added the white tape, stripe, whatever you want to call it, just to add that little extra contrast, just because the black was too much. You couldn't see the design of the black rims. The other thing I want to mention about this car is the color. I had it wrapped orange, and I had the black stripes added to it. Now that color, specifically this theme, I saw it on pictures and other videos from other M5s, exactly the same in Europe. I wanted to go back and forth between colors, but I just couldn't decide, and I just kept going back to this color, and this is the one that I kept. And as much as I love seeing other cars with other colors, and I think about changing the color of the car, I just can't. Now, the other thing I wanted to show is that the car itself, it's actually gray, but a really beautiful gray. I'll post pictures maybe to show the color of it. But if you can see here, we can see the gray right under the wrap. What you saw it there now, those are the cutout valves. Now those were an aftermarket installed by the previous owner. What those things do is they open and close. So when they open, the exhaust sounds louder, and when they close, there's no sound at all. It's like if it was stock from the factory. Now the reason why we have those is because sometimes the peace officers, also known as police or cops, they don't like bad sound or noisy exhaust from some cars. So to make the car sound nice, we install that so we can open it and hear the actual sound of the engine. Now, when police drive by, we close them so there's no noise. That's about the only thing that we have done to this car, except for aftermarket rims, aftermarket color. We went ahead and did the matching logo for the BMW as well, carbon fiber lip, spoiler. That's about all the aftermarket things I've done to this car. Now, let's talk about reliability. The BMW M5, the E60 specifically, they have an issue with the rod bearings. Now, I haven't had that issue yet, and I'm dreading the moment that happens. It's a very expensive job. If they go, it could screw up the whole motor. So pretty soon I'm gonna be sending the car to get that done. Or not, because it's very expensive. I don't even know if I can afford it. Anyway, that's one of the biggest issues with these cars. These cars specifically, the V10. Now, talk about V10. Why is there a V10 in a 4-door sedan? BMW was crazy, but I love it. Now, the V10 engine in the M5 was inspired by Formula One. So this car sounds like a race car, like one of those cars in real races. If anybody knows much about these cars, it's the sound it makes. It sounds nice. The V10 engine, we're gonna start it. So you can listen to the sound when it starts. How do you like that sound? V10, I love it. Can't go wrong. 4 doors? Come on. Don't drive these cars. The more kilometers you put on them, the more they're gonna fail, the more things are gonna go wrong with it. Right now, I only have 125,000 kilometers on this thing. Now, as those kilometers go up, this thing is gonna spend more time at the shop. Now, come close. If we look over on this side, I already have the power steering leaking. When you have to go and replace the spark plugs, the coils, it is very, very tough to get in back there. So these cars are very hard to work on. Thank you, BMW. This, what does this mean? M5. The M stands for motorsport. That's BMW's performance division of cars. All the M cars, any car that has the logo, well, not specifically the logo. There are a lot of cars that they just put the logo on just to say they're an M car. But in reality, they started back in the 80s with the M1. That was the first car that brought the M into BMW and just made it so popular with their performance. Now the M just stands for motorsport. Just BMW's division of performance vehicles. They send these cars to BMW's motorsport division, and they tuned them. They just tuned them. And these cars are ridiculously fast. The seats have adjustments on the sides, so when in sport mode it holds the sides so your body doesn't move with the speed. So on corners, the sides of the seat push you back so you can sit comfortable on corners. We were lucky enough to have found another M5. This one, however, was a 2013. That car comes with a V8 twin turbo engine. Now, I don't like something that comes with turbos in it. Now, the reason why I like the V10 is because it sounds better. Just say a V10, there's a V10 in there, naturally inspired. But the car that we saw is a newer model. They don't make V10s for BMW anymore. What they do is they put V8s with twin turbo engines, but it just doesn't sound the same. That blue or gray car that you saw here, that M5, is just a V8 twin turbo. But mine's a V10. That sounds a lot nicer. Mine is naturally aspirated and it's powerful. It doesn't need twin turbos. Now that's the only reason why I have kept this car for so long. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it. Because one, like I mentioned before, it is very unreliable. But I love the 10-cylinder engine. And I love that it's a 4-door. You can't find a car with 4 doors for family that has a 10-cylinder engine. Now, I had someone ask me a question about what kind of oil does it use. That oil is so hard to find. You go to some places where you can't find it. Canadian Tire probably has a line of oil for these types of cars, but I wouldn't use it. Hell no, I wouldn't use it. Now, Lordco has some better liquid moly. Liquid moly is the one I do recommend. That's a very good high performance oil for many cars like this, Mercedes-Benz, AMG, and all of these cars. Now, there was another question that was asked. Stock, this car is a V10 5.0 liter engine, which means that for oil it uses 10 liters. Now let's talk about the speed. 0 to 60 in real time, this car is supposed to do 4.1 seconds. 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, however you want to say. But that's how fast it goes. 4.1 seconds. That's pretty fast. The new cars can do it in a little bit less. So since I put the cold air intake, it does it a little bit faster now. Now they said how high the speedometer goes. The speedometer says 330 kilometers an hour. I have only gotten this car to 280 miles an hour. Sorry, that would be insane. 280 kilometers an hour. That's as fast as I've gotten. There's not much we can do in the city here with a car with this much power. Another thing that is special about this car is the insane amount of power it has. I haven't mentioned that yet, but this car has about 500 horsepower stock, and it has many settings. I think it has about 5 settings that you can switch from 400 horsepower to 500 horsepower and 500 horsepower sport mode. Now that I've shown you that little bit, let's go for a ride. So that's about it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned for the next one. We will see what we decide to post on the next video. If you guys want me to talk about your car, let me know. I can definitely do that. See you next time. Thanks.